Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm super excited to be joined by Ron today, and Ron and I are just celebrating a special day, and we just wanted to share this with you to just offer people hope of what's possible when they really decide to take control of their life. So good to see you today, Ron.
Thank you, Mike.
Awesome.
Good
So
to
what
see
do
you
we
too.
tell everybody what we're celebrating today.
This morning was 1 year since I've been on the program, um, and I lost 110.9 pounds,
Yeah.
um, and gained a bunch of muscle too. I didn't lose any muscle during this weight loss journey here.
Yeah.
And
Ron, are you okay with sharing your age with everybody?
oh yeah, I'll be 70 in July.
Okay. So I just think that's so powerful. Ron and I were just sitting here talking about some stats. So Ron has gained 7 pounds of muscle. He's going to be 70. He's lost 110 pounds and he's gained 7 pounds of muscle. I don't know if people realize how powerful that really is. His BMI is down from 42 to 32, so down 10. His body fat percentage went from 42 to 20, so it's down 12%. And his visceral fat, that unhealthy fat that was choking off his organs and messing up his system, is down from over 20 to 11. And so it's down at least 9 points that we know because we had started a little bit before we had a body composition scan. But Ron, I just think it's so powerful. When we met, I just think it'd be amazing for people to be able to hear a little bit about where you were in your health. Because sometimes I think people think that maybe their health is too far gone, right? And I just want them to hear where you were.
Well, probably one word is misery. I was very miserable. I was sitting in my chair 95% of the day. I wasn't moving. I would make it to my son's baseball events, which I was at one with you, Mike. And
Mhm.
I remember I sat down to take a picture with everyone, and you and another friend of mine, Dave, had to help me up out of the chair. He had to lift me up. I couldn't get up myself.
Mhm.
I was on a cane, walking very unsteady, very scared of falling. Um, and I was getting ready to use a walker. I had bought a walker and I was getting ready to use it because the cane really wasn't supporting me anymore.
Mhm.
Um, and I was just it's the best way I can explain it is I just was not happy with what had happened, to what I had let happen to me. I let it happen.
Yeah. Well, Ron, I just remember that day, and we didn't know each other that well. We just were
Hmm.
kind of acquaintances at that time,
Correct.
and I really remember saying in my mind, "I'm going to help Ron." And I literally was just praying about it. And you and I talked for months and months and months following that.
Oh yes.
And I get it, right? You had done all kinds of things in the past and lost weight and gained it back and kind of starved yourself. And so there's that hesitation, there's this reservation of this is just another thing. What has been different about this journey?
I think the main difference is um, I think it's the coaching, really. I think you helped me believe in myself. You helped me believe that I could do it. Um, you stayed with me. You weren't pushy. Um, I think you did everything correct, to be honest. You let me make the decision to do it. Um, and you've been with me the whole time. I mean, I've went through some periods where I was traveling. We were doing baseball in Florida and Arizona, and I was worried. I says, "There's no way I'm staying on this. There's no way I'm going to do well." And you coached me through it. I mean, I got through it and had fun too. I
Yeah,
had I had a blast. I mean,
you did.
I didn't do anything that I just did everything that I basically wanted to accomplish, wanted to do,
Yeah.
and had fun and had a great time with my friends, but still was losing weight. I was still staying on the program.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what happened.
Well, it just makes me so happy. And, if you're listening to this, when Ron says about the program, really what we have is a structured system. And I remember you were taking a trip to Nashville and there
Oh
was some
yeah.
special things that you wanted to eat there. And we were like,
Yes.
okay. let's have a plan. Let's figure out what that looks like. And, you did that. You had the special things, you used portion sizes and you stayed within some boundaries and you enjoyed the trip and you came home and you had lost weight and you
Yeah.
were doing successful. But you traveled to Florida and Arizona and Nashville. And through the holidays this year, you had events constantly. And what I think sometimes gets missed is people don't realize that when you have a structure and a system, it gives you the ability to adapt and something to come back to that is solid. But Ron, when we met, your phone told you were at extreme risk of falling,
Correct.
right? And heading into 70, that can be a very dangerous thing for somebody. What does your phone say now?
I walk normal.
It says normal, no increased risk of falling.
No increased risk of
And
falling.
Ron's a great example of working through the process of the reset, the refine, and now the renews, right? So we reset his system and got his metabolism working better. Then we refined that process for his lifestyle because he's entered into exercise. I mean, we're talking about a story here where Ron went from me having to help lift him out of a chair because he couldn't stand and he was using a cane and heading into a walker. And tell them a little bit about your workout routine now, Ron.
Yeah, it's I'm surprised myself. I started out in May. I worked out like once a week for a couple weeks. I went to 3 times a week for a couple weeks, couple months actually, 3 times a week for like 2 months, I think it was. Now I live 5 days a week with a trainer. We do like about a 40 to 45 minute session every day to hit different body parts. Keeps my metabolism going too. And then I also do a exercise program I joined about 6 weeks ago. That's really cool. It's a 45-minute session where we do like cardio and strength stuff, and we do like 9 different to 18 different stations, and I keep moving, and I do that anywhere between 5 to 7 times a week.
That's amazing.
I've been averaging the last 6 weeks. Yeah.
And what's unique about that, and I think it's important, I want to highlight this, is that Ron didn't have to go do that. He chose to because he felt so much better. Once we got the inflammation down in his body and his energy came back and the pain in his body started going away, he was like, Mike, can I start moving? Can I start doing these things? And I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's do it, right? That's a totally different thing than this dreaded drudgery that we have to try to go do to try to regulate our weight or change our health. So there's a system or a process to the way we do it where we reset your metabolism, we got the inflammation down and a big chunk of weight off, so you felt good, so you wanted to go do those things. But maybe you can tell them a little bit what's going on with your legs and your feet, Ron.
Sure. Yeah. Like I have so much, to be honest, I have so much energy right now and what the heck to do with it. I'm like talking too fast, but it's like, yeah, it was, my feet were completely numb. I couldn't even feel, I mean, they were really badly numb. I could have barely feel them. My knees, I need 2 knee replacements. So they were really bad and they've improved a lot. My wife used to have to drop me off at every door to anything that I could manage to get to, which a lot of things I was not managing on getting to. Um, we just went to a concert last night. We parked probably a half mile away. I walked to the concert door, waited in line at the concert. Never would have been able to do that. Walked up the steps to the second floor. Um, and I mean, I, and she was getting kind of tired of hearing me oomphin' and on every step, like, oh, I
Yeah.
was grunting on every step. I was in so much pain. I mean, it was just
Oh,
horrible.
so what do your feet feel like now? Like what's happened with the numbness and the pain and all of that?
The numbness hasn't completely gone away because of my knees both being bad, but I would say improvement wise, maybe 75 to 80%,
Hmm.
which is a big improvement.
Yeah.
Um, and my knees feel a lot better. They're not giving out on me. And I'm putting off my surgery right now because I just really don't feel like doing the surgery.
Yeah.
But I can do that now without feeling like I'm going to fall.
Yes,
I'm,
exactly.
wa- I'm walking so much better, and the energy level. That's the big thing too. Is like through the roof. I
Hmm.
mean, it really is. I feel like doing things again. I'm going out to do we go out 4 or 5 nights a week, either to concerts, out to dinner. We're rolling. I was barely getting. I would get to my son's baseball events. That was it because uh, because I wanted to be there. But it was an effort. She'd drop me off right at the door
Mm.
of the game, like right at the field entrance, and I'd walk a couple feet, and she'd set my chair down for me, and then I'd get up and leave,
Yeah.
and she'd pick me up at
Well,
the gate.
no, it's thank you so much for sharing, Ron. You sent me a text this morning that you made my day and my year. It's why I do this. It's why I'm so relentless about sharing because I know that there's so many people out there that are where you were. And I just want this to be hope to them that there is a better life. But, could you share a little bit about what you shared with me in that text and what has happened and, the encouragement that you offer others?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I think back, I get real teary eyed because I think if I didn't start this program, where I would have been, I mean, it would have been terrible. I mean, I would have gained more weight. I couldn't move to begin with. I don't know what I would have done. I don't even know if I would still be here. Um, I, I don't know. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy, excited. I love you, man. Thank you for helping me out. I mean, seriously, it was a scary situation,
Mhm.
and now I'm able to have fun. I'm able to, I mean, the things I've been able to do, I didn't think I'd ever be able to do again. Like, I mean, I'm hanging with my friends, I'm going out to concerts, going to parties, I'm doing everything that I've always wanted to do again. And I said, I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again. It's pretty much over for me. And I mean, I'm 69 years old. I'm almost 70, but I'm 69. And it's like, that's too early to give it in. It's too
Yeah.
early to pack it up, you know? And, I, I, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what's happened here I
Yeah.
mean,
But
and I couldn't have done it without your coaching. Seriously, I couldn't have. I mean, it's easy to say that, but it isn't. It was, it was your guidance through this
yeah.
because it was tough. I mean, it really was. You had to have the right mental mindset
Hmm.
to get through it.
Yeah. And having support, having community,
Mhm.
us being able to educate you about a little bit about what was going on and why it was so important to make these changes in your life. I just thank you for your openness and willingness to share, Ron, and to offer hope to somebody. Somebody's life will get changed by this video. Somebody else will say, if Ron can do that, I can do that. And that's really what we want people to hear. And sometimes it's intimidating for people to think about having a coach, but really, I mean, it's just support, it's guidance, it's direction, right? It's not, you know, um, we're not the food principle here, but we've worked on every aspect. We've worked on the mental side of this and your
Mhm.
relationship with food. We've worked on portion control and how to balance your blood sugar, and then turning that into working out and building muscle and how to fuel your body for performance. But some people would say that it's not even possible to add muscle and things like that. Here you are adding 7 pounds of muscle while you're losing 110 pounds, transforming your life. And that's what we want. So I talk all the time about there's your lifespan and your health span. And what we want to do is make sure your health span is the same length as your lifespan, right? And you were in that statistical place where, you were alive, but you weren't living. You were alive but you didn't have health. You were existing. Now you're thriving, right? We've expanded your health span so that now all of these years you have ahead of you are completely different. And Ron and I have talked about this many times. It's a journey that's never over, right? We're going to be working on this and adapting for forever, but thanks again, Ron. This will be a blessing to so many people. Happy 1 year anniversary of
Thank you.
deciding to
Thank you.
change your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so
welcome,
much.
my friend.